right. Hello, beautifuls. Hi, angels. So lovely to see you. I am just going to move this pad because I'm too tall. Rarely can I say I'm too tall. So hello, happy Valentine's Day. This is our godly Valentine's Day. So thank you so much for joining. I just want to say hello Valentine's Day. This is our I can see my Instagram comments too, which is exciting. Hi, we have an international crowd here. We have Anya from Boston, Muriel from Arizona, David from LA, I believe, Madi from Santa Barbara, Gary said, phew, just made it from Southern California, Lily from England. So happy to see all of you. Jaladin, I hope I said that right, from Santa Barbara, Michelle, hello, Connie from Oregon, Kelly from LA, I believe. And we have on YouTube, we have Natalie from London. Hi, Angel. Heather from LA. Hi, Heather. Natalie. Cindy from San Diego. Moira and Marcos from Spain. Hello. Jean Marie from Santa Barbara. Layla from Richmond. CB from Paris, I believe, because it's en français. Ellie from Santa Barbara, James from LA, Susie from New Zealand, Juliana, I think, is in Santa Monica, and let's see, Instagram. I cannot see my Instagram comments. Let's see if I can fix that. Aurora, can you come help? Because I can't see them. Nope, can't see him. When you can, just come help me because I can't see the Instagram comments. Okay, welcome to our day of Eros. So we will start with a Rumi quote, and we'll have lots of divine Rumi today. And then we will call in the light and have a really lovely time, about half hour, 40 minutes. And yes, Michael will be joining in a little bit. So, Rumi quote to begin. You have no idea how hard I've looked for a gift to bring you. Nothing seemed right. What's the point of bringing gold to a gold mine or water to the ocean? Everything I came up with was like taking spices to the Orient. It's no good giving my heart and my soul because you already have these. So I've brought you a mirror. Look at yourself and remember me. Rumi. So, and I just want to say welcome to my beloved friends who just wandered in from Aspen. Hi guys, Jill and Steve from Aspen. We were just saying hi to our very international crowd. And so now we will call in the light. And hello, my Instagram beloveds. We are working on bringing those comments up as well. So we will call in the light, which is really, of course, a way of invoking the spirit. So by whatever name you know that which is highest in you, I invite you to call that forward with us. So if you would, just take in a deep breath, let it out with a sound. Just let it all go. Deep breath in, let it all out with a sound and a shake. Just moving your body, moving your energy field, coming new to this precious present. And this time, just connect in with your heart. Place your hands on your heart. Breathe loving in on this next breath. And as you exhale, you just let go of anything less than love. And deep breath in. Breathe loving into all of your body and consciousness. And as you exhale, that love amplifies. And now just experience yourself connecting to all those present from all the many different places from which we hail. On the count of 3, we're going to breathe in as one, being aware of all those visible and invisible, breathing in as one with you, breathing in love. 1, 2, and 3. Breathe in love. And as you exhale, that love just amplifies and connects you to each one present, heart to heart, soul to soul. To those beloveds live on all 3 channels, to those who will watch the live stream later to those who are connecting in from the spirit levels. Heart to heart, you are so never alone. You are all one. And keep breathing in love and breathing out anything less than loving as we call in the light. Beloved Mother, Father God, we open. We are the light of the Holy Spirit. And we just ask that any negativity, karma, imbalance, misunderstanding, anything that is less than love, just be taken and transmuted as we open in every way and allow the light to just infuse our beingness, to protect us, to surround us, allowing only the highest good to come forward. And at this moment in the silence, if you would just say out loud in your space or inwardly if you like, the names of those you'd like the light sent to, whether they're here or whether they've passed on into spirit. And I would just add my stepfather, Carl Johnson, who was in the hospital for heart surgery. And just be aware of the light of our beautiful community here, sending light to all of your beloveds that you just asked the light to go to. And include yourself in that. And now just connect into Eros, to that divine passion with divinity, with life itself. Allow it to amplify as we open to those spiritual masters, spiritual presences that are always so present within us, all around us. Just say, I open and receive. And I am so open to miracles right here in this gathering, right within me. For I am love, and so be it. Amen and blessed be. And we'll just chant 3 Anna Hughes out loud. So I want you to do it out loud in the space where you are. Let your neighbors hear you. And Anna Hugh is Sanskrit, for we evoke the oneness, the empathy of God. We'll do 3. Anna Anai you, Anai you. Beautiful. All right, angels, let's talk about Eros. So Eros is usually thought of as, the mischievous Greek god of love or sexuality. And that certainly is also beautiful, but we're looking at it in a different way today. We're looking at it as more that divine romance with God, with divinity. I think that's really the root and the truest sense of Eros. It's really that romance with existence itself, with the Lord, with that which is truly highest within us and around us. I remember JR talking about Eros, John Roger, who was my spiritual teacher, talking about Eros as that incredible, rare attraction to another that was not sexual. It could be with a child, with a brother, with a friend, with a teacher. You could have Eros with, of course, within yourself, with the Lord. And it's a very rare, special connection. If you just kind of allow yourself to relax and think of those very few people, probably 1 or 2 in your life, where you had this just connection with, this magnetic attraction, and it was that which really brought you more into your heart. Rumi, of course, we read one of his quotes at the beginning. Rumi was extraordinarily in love with Shams, who was his teacher, and some people, hypothesize that they were in some sort of lover relationship. I think it was really Eros. I think it was platonic, and it was that passion for another who really wakes us up to the divine in others. And have a beautiful definition of Eros from Michael, which is Eros is the expression of the soul's intent to interface with spirit through the medium of substance. Through the medium of substance, through ourselves, through another, through nature. That which takes us into loving with that substance and then catapults us into the loving with non-substance, into essence. Michael, you want to come tell your story? Another way to look at Eros was, while Michael is coming, is it's a divine romance with spirit within and around us, which can be reflected by loving another, but always in a way that awakens us to ourselves and to the godliness within ourselves. So here's Michael.
Hello. Back in 1985, I was on a trip with a lot of other people off in Israel. And so I remember we were staying in a kibbutz, which was an interesting experience. And my teacher was taking sharing at that time with people. And I had this extraordinary experience happen inside of me. And so I stood up and raised my hand and stood up and I said, it is almost unbearable for me that I cannot jump up on that stage right there, and pull your chest open and step inside there to be with you.
Bend down. Your head's cut off.
Oh my God, I have to bend down. So, amongst the Lilliputians. And so people around me were looking like, what a weird thing to say. And my teacher just looked at me and said, I so understand exactly what you're talking about. And so he understood that too. And it wasn't a romantic love. But it was a love for bigger love than that. It was the love of the deep longing inside of me to be freed of the pain of separation, the pain of incompleteness that I was experiencing. And it was on that trip there that I had a profound breakthrough into what people call the soul realm or soul reality, and bridged that and established myself in that. But that sharing was within days of that happening. So I encourage you to embrace Eros as that which will catapult you into the state of consciousness you seek.
Thank you. I love that story. So from Rumi, the minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind that was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. Rumi. So we look at that idea that we are all within the beloved, and we pull forward our loves, our relationships, to help us work out our karma and to learn more about loving. Michael says a lot, karma is what attracts. You know, if you think about it, we're all God, we're all the divine. Why are we attracted to, this God rather than the other 8 billion gods? Because we have action. Karma is action. We have things to work out with them. Yes, things to balance, but also dharma, things to learn. And which will we focus on with that love? So, and of course, we're all reflections of each other. That harkens back to the first quote I read from Rumi. So all of our outer relationships, really, as if there were such a thing, because there is no other, really reflect our inner relationship, our relationship right within ourselves, with spirit. So that's why things like Gestalt therapy is so powerful, where we're giving a voice to those, it's really to the people inside of us. As a lot of you know, I've had a lot of loved ones transition recently, and as I connected to the last one, which was really like my brother, my family in this life, and he was a very 50-year devoted spiritual devotee. And when I would try to connect with him as I knew him, with the personality, because I miss him, he's my brother, I knew it was illusion. And I would have this like, no. And I'm like, that seems a little cold. But when I would connect into his soul, into that dissemination of spiritual information from him, not the, the cuddly personality, but that ecstatic soul, then it was just, all lanes clear. So it's really that connecting in with the highest in each other. So, as JR said, you don't have to go anywhere to clear something with someone else, but you go right inside of yourself. One of possibly my favorite quote about love is from John Roger as well. If you want love, be love. If you want love, be love. So I've been talking a lot, so I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let's see. Aurora, no way to see the Instagram comments? We're going to see if we can fix that, because I want to see my Instagram beloved comments too. Hi, Ellie Gant, Siddhi Ali Raja, Sylvia, and let's see. That's all I can see at this moment in Instagram. I would love for you to just contemplate and take just a moment and really contemplate. If I want love, if I'm looking outside of myself for loving, how can I more be love? How can I more be the presence of love? How can I give that loving to myself? Right? So just contemplate that. And I would love for you to put in the comments some ideas that we can share with each other of how can I be love, especially if I'm looking outside myself to anyone, anything. How can I be that presence of love? I'm going to give you a moment of silence while you contemplate that. And as you're ready, just go ahead and place in the comments what comes present for you with that. I'm thinking for myself, if I've had a hard day or if I'm just feeling out of balance, I wanna go to someone to listen to my sad story, or I'll want to, and sometimes that's highly appropriate. But there is really, in my experience, no greater comfort than that comfort that comes right from within. I'm thinking about something happened with a few people, and I was just devastated. I mean, just cut to the core. And I wanted to, distance from them. I wanted to withdraw in the worst way. And instead, what I did is I started praying for them to receive the things that I wanted to receive. May this person receive God consciousness, that all-abiding, loving, deep peace, abundance, whatever the things that I was seeking and the things I thought they wanted. I prayed for them for a while, a week or so, and also did radical forgiveness. And it brought me into such a state of loving within myself that nothing could replace that. And then I didn't need them to change. Moira, I can see a little bit of Instagram comments. I love this meditation. I'm so glad, love. Let's look. So Juliana Rose says, acceptance and forgiveness. Anya from Boston says, everyone is already love. How can I deliver love without fear and danger? Great question. If I have time at the end, I'd be happy to answer questions. Cindy, usually we have a lot more time for questions, but we have lots of Rumi to get through today, to celebrate today. Cindy says, turn the eyes inward. I love that. Turn the eyes inward. It's a great visual too. Heather says, give myself a cross-body hug and hold loving. Gorgeous. Everybody, let's do that right now. Yes, people present, everybody present, cross-body hug. Hug yourself. Send the light to your inner child. Isn't that nice? Right? Aren't you the best hugger? Linda says, I'm in harmonic self. I appreciate that you did that, Steve. I know that was a stretch, my friend. I'm in harmonic self this weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing the replay. Wonderful. Well, you are with us because you just made a comment with us, even when you're in another class. I love that. Anya says already, everybody is already love. James Clinton Shaw, give love to myself, activating the heart and love in the presence of love within. Eric, hi, my friend from Thousand Oaks. Relax, breathe, focus on the spiritual heart and it expanding into everything. This is God's heart enveloping and embracing all of us. Beautiful. Lily, I think from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Get out of the way and let love, God, move through me. Beautiful. Yes, Kelly, be at the center of my own consciousness. Sylvia, focus in my heart. Inhale, say love is here. All right, everybody inhale. Say love is here. Yes. Juliana, acceptance and forgiveness. David Stern, go to the harmony within through meditation and music and live from that space. Send light to those that disappoint me. Gorgeous. Sidi Ali Raja, have awesome dance parties with myself. Beautiful. Aurora says, same, Sidi. Awesome dance parties with myself. How fun is that? Yes, you all know that I am all for awesome dance parties with myself. Can't see Instagram right now, but guys, please comment, because I find that for myself, when I write down what I'm thinking, I remember it so much better. So Plato said, Eros is spiritual energy initially, which then falls downward. Plato says Eros is spiritual energy initially, which then falls downward. Right? So to me, what that means is it comes from the divine, from the allness of God, from the free-flowing consciousness, but it's stepped down so that we, in these seeming separation of bodies, can perceive it. So it's that highest, purest love in a way that we can perceive, and in a way that won't completely, dissolve us, so that we can still keep up the gig of, individuation. So it's the love of God, or more accurately, it's God loving in a way that we can perceive. Pure divine love stepped down. And so obviously another person is not necessary. And in fact, at the height of Eros, the other merges with us and with all. So it's really it's how can we look at another in a way that makes us fall in love with the divinity within ourselves? And now I'm going to do a stretch. You guys aren't the only ones who get to do a stretch. You ready for my stretch? So my stretch, be gentle with me. My stretch is I'm going to read a poem that I wrote about Eros. I almost never share my poetry, so here we go. It's not that I am holy. It's that the world sates me only to the measure I feast upon the divine. Touch must be a pressing into the Lord, or I imbibe the chalice and not the wine. Perhaps coupling was conjured by you, not that we would find ourselves in another, but that we would lose ourselves in another to find you. When I surrender in concert with another, fling myself into the oneness, I merge into the third body conceived by two, gazing as one from within the body of the beloved. Therefore, I take the hand proffered and wed you in all my relationships. I swoon in the singing wind of my soul, making love. So that's what Eros is to me. And Rumi says, what you love is what you are. What you love is what you are. So just contemplate that for a moment. What do you love? What do you love? And I would love for you to just throw into the chat. So just, I love, and then what do you love about that? And then write, I am that. For an example, I love the way the light is streaming through the trees in the garden and shimmering across the palm tree leaves. It just seems to me like such an extravagance of light, of existence. So that's what I love about that. We are the light shimmering through the palm trees, and I am the extravagance of existence. So if you would, just put that into the chat. I love, what do you love about that? And now write, I am. So just inside of yourselves as well, Just contemplate that. What do you love? What do you love about that? And then just state, I am, whatever it is you love about that. Sadi Ali Raja says, yes, in all caps. What you love is what you are. So Anya says, I love being in the flow. Lily said, I love your poem. So you are my poem then, Lily. So just take a moment and just, what do you love? And let it go, stream of consciousness. I love God. I love the divine. I love love. I love the incredible gaze in a newborn's eyes. It takes me right into original innocence. I am original innocence. So just contemplate for a moment. Lily, I love this moment. Eric, I love this moment. That's wild. I think they both wrote that at the same time, and it came in instantly, and they're not in the same place, because I know both of them. They both just came into that one accord. That's beautiful. Eric said, that's wild. That is wild. So that's wild. Two people on separate ends of the world just made exactly the same statement at the same time. And I don't know if they know each other even. James Clinton Shaw, I am your poem also. Gorgeous. Sadi says, I love your vulnerable poem. I love the courage to be vulnerable. I am courageous and vulnerable. Gorgeous. So let's take another moment. Please throw it in the comments. Oh, so Mystic says, I love what, that's Aurora telling you what to write. So again, just one more time. What do you love about the divine, God, higher power? And then I am exactly what you love about the divine. What are you? Beautiful. Beautiful. And Moira says, I love the flowers you have today and always. So Moira, you are those flowers. You are the beautiful pink, and the way they're variegated, and the way that they're composed and wild and free. So Moira, you are composed, wild, and free. Isn't that fun? That's from Rumi. So this is from John Roger, and then we're going to do a meditation, and then we will regrettably part, but still never part. Just going to check Facebook for a second. So Lily says, I love the rhythm of life and dancing to its music. I love laughter. So you are both, are all of that. Nathan says, I love the birds in the background. So then you are the bird song. So one thing that John Rogers says, if you're not getting it, you're not claiming it. So claim that. Claim what you love. And again from JR, he says, the ultimate goal is union with God. To reach that moment, you must let go of your attachments to all lower levels. But in the meantime, use the material and physical experience to enhance your spiritual quest. They are not as opposed as they might often seem. You've had the experience of being in love and having a warm, special feeling for another human being. Use that quality of loving to enhance your spiritual practice. Meditate upon the Spirit of God as though you were going to see your sweetheart, your lover, in the next 2 or 3 minutes. You know what that feeling is. Use it as a springboard to connect you with your love for God. Place that feeling of love and devotion inside you. Then meditate upon God. You can find God the same way you found your lover. John Roger from The Angel Within. And from Rumi, close your eyes. So everybody close your eyes. Fall in love. Stay there. Close your eyes. Fall in love. Stay there. Rumi. And let's just move into a meditation. So I want you to place your hands in front of you. Place both your hands in front of you. And I just want you to think of someone you love very much. Could be a pet, could be a child, your spouse, a friend. Think of putting your hands on their heart. Even if you never did that, think about what it's like to put your hands on their heart. Just think of that one person. Could be anyone. And just now place your hands on their heart in front of you. Could be a child when they were a baby. And feel the preciousness in your hands, the unconditional loving, the protection. Really feel that. You might feel your hands tingling as you feel their soft skin under your hands, the sweetness of that. Maybe feel their heart beating in concert with yours. And now take your hands, taking your time, really receiving that loving that you have for another. And take and turn your hands around now and place them on your own heart. And really receive that same tender loving right within you. And really feel your humanity under your hands, your vulnerability, the preciousness of you. Connect in with that preciousness. Now be aware of each one present, invisible and visible. And connect to their hearts. Feel the loving going around in a circle. Each one adding their love. All the angels, the spirits of nature, the fairies, the light, Rumi, Buddha, Christ, all the spiritual masters present, adding their love, amplifying that loving. You have legions of support. And you can leave your hand there, or you can relax your hands, as long as you keep that loving going. And just imagine now that you're going to see somebody you haven't seen in a very long time and you love them so much. Could be someone who has transitioned and you're finally going to get to see them and hug them. And you're so excited. Or perhaps you're going to see your lover who you haven't seen in a while. And you just can't wait to see them, to hold them, to kiss them. And perhaps you're going to see your child who's been away at camp or school. And you can't wait to see them and hug them and tell them how much you love them, physically connect with them. Perhaps it's your parent. Might be aging and you never know if this is the last time. Or it's just a dear friend you've had lifelong. And you're so looking to that. So looking forward to that place of safety and camaraderie. So just really feel that enthusiasm and that excitement and that aliveness in you. Oh boy, I get to see them finally. How fabulous. And now, just as you're about to connect with them, place God, the Lord, angels, that divine lover, your mother, father, God. Place them just in between you and your lover and feel their embrace, adding the one you love, in fact, adding all that you love right within that. Oh my goodness, your heart just explodes with loving. I am the presence of love. I am the beloved, and you're aware of the beloved, the source of love itself. radiating all through you, showering, infusing you with love, filling every place in you that was emptied of less than love, filling it now with love, with Eros, with divine passion, with healing, with light. Breathe in even deeper that divine love, that divine romance with you, a lover of God, with God, a lover of you. And now turn that gaze around and be aware that Spirit is loving you from within you. That Spirit is loving all as you. And your consciousness starts to expand and your heart swells with love and you connect in with those physically around you. And you keep traveling and your heart is so big it cannot be contained and you feel the space you're in, the house you're in, the state you're in, the country you're in, the planet you're in, connecting to all the love that is as the lover that is. And expanding now through the heavens, through all the realms of light, beyond into pure spirit itself, one with all, one with love. And just say, I receive, I give, I am love. I receive, I give, I am love. I am the beloved. Be aware of your consciousness continuing to expand. And be aware that you are multidimensional. But even right here, still connected to a body, you are just as connected to the beloved, to Spirit. And that you are truly love. Breathe in that love. As you exhale, that love amplifies. And you can continue traveling, or you can very gently, slowly start to bring your consciousness back present. All right, angels. That is our live stream today. Thank you so much for joining Rumi and JR and Michael and I and Jill and Steve and usually Halo, but Halo got to go for a walk, so he didn't distract. So I loved being with you. I don't know when I'll do this again, probably next weekend, and then I think I'll probably be complete for a while, but probably next weekend at 10 a.m. and probably maybe continuing on this theme of divine love. So you are so welcome, all the people who are putting thank yous in the comments. It's lovely to be with you. And I hope to see you next Saturday at 10 a.m., which will probably be the last for a while. You are so welcome, and be well. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for spending a Saturday morning with us, and much love. Bye-bye. My pleasure.